You're talking too much, Wendy. I do not want you to go to jail. And I'm begging you to stop talking. I'm begging you to stop interviewing. I'm begging you because I don't believe it's helping you. Take it from the Karen you used to like. How about that? Because when you talk, they watch. Okay, they hear you. And so I would have said, respectfully, Andy, I can't answer those questions right now.
It's the nature of who I am. I never like to be in one box. I like to do different things, whether that's professor, author, reality show, TV host of my own YouTube. It's just a juggling act, and I'm loving every second of it.
Girl, this was the one time Wendy should have listened to Karen Huger and simply put a pin in it, but she didn't. Instead, she kept pushing, and now she's backed both herself and Eddie into a corner. From the looks of it, she's doing everything she can to protect herself, even going as far as blaming her husband for the crimes she allegedly committed. And according to the rumors, she's already pushing for a divorce, as long as it means she can walk away and wash her hands of the entire situation.
Well, detectives in Carroll County say reality star Wendy Osefo concocted a story so far from reality that she's now facing a string of felony fraud charges. At her home in Finksburg today, there was no sign of the housewife, but her neighborhood was buzzing with the news as police accused Wendy Osefo of being a fraud.
It's still wild to think that just 8 months ago, Wendy was one of the most beloved housewives, known for her sharp comebacks and larger-than-life personality. Fast forward to now, and she and her husband, Eddie Osefo, are seemingly forced to walk on eggshells after being accused of insurance fraud. What really sent the internet into a frenzy wasn't just the alleged $450,000 insurance scheme, the questionable break-in, or even the fact that Wendy reportedly wore the same ring on the red carpet that had been listed as stolen. The biggest shock came when authorities allegedly discovered 67 credit cards stuffed inside for luxury wallets. That's an unbelievable number of cards to have lying around, and what made it even stranger was that there was reportedly very little money attached to them. According to prosecutors, the Osefos had essentially run out of money by April 2024. With Wendy no longer working her previous job and relying heavily on her income from Real Housewives, maintaining the image of wealth and success they had built reportedly became increasingly difficult. Eventually, that glamorous lifestyle appeared to drain their finances and leave them at the end of their rope.
The win for her would be to obviously be exonerated, but the evidence speaks for itself.
Right.
And so when the evidence speaks for itself, you need to do what's in the best interest of your family and your children. And I'm not anywhere associated with that case, so I can't speak to what her attorney is advising her of.
Right.
But at the end of the day, she's a mom. And so I want the best for her and her kids.
Despite everything surrounding the controversy, Wendy attended BravoCon and brushed it off, portraying the situation as authorities unfairly targeting an innocent black couple and insisting that the truth would eventually come out in the end.
It's an unfortunate situation, and right now I can't say too much, but I will say when the time is right, I will share my story with everyone. And for now, they're just allegations, so we will continue to push forward. Okay. I know that's right.
However, when it was announced that Wendy would still be returning as a full-time cast member for season 11 of Real Housewives of Potomac, many people felt like she was walking straight into a hurricane in designer heels. Think about it for a second. If you were potentially facing serious fraud charges and the possibility of years behind bars, would you really want cameras following your every move for millions of viewers to analyze? To be fair, Wendy is a seasoned housewife and probably believed she could manage the public narrative. But this is one situation that no amount of media training can completely control. According to insiders, her legal troubles are expected to become one of the season's biggest storylines. Even Monique reportedly decided to shift her attention toward Wendy after realizing her issues with Stacey Rush weren't generating much interest. Karen Huger allegedly warned Wendy that the cameras wouldn't be kind and advised her to stay quiet, but staying silent isn't exactly easy when those Bravo paychecks help cover expensive legal bills. During the reunion, Wendy carefully sidestepped questions regarding the allegations. When asked about reports claiming that 67 credit cards tied to multiple names had been found, She insisted that her legal team had already corrected the narrative and claimed the additional names were only used for package deliveries rather than financial accounts. As for reports suggesting the family was drowning in debt, Wendy simply stated that she respected the legal system and would let the process play out. But once filming for the new season began, many viewers felt that remaining on reality television might not have been her smartest move. Her castmates wanted answers, and producers were undoubtedly waiting for a moment when she would let her guard down. Eventually, that moment reportedly came. While attempting to defend the alleged burglary as legitimate, Wendy was reportedly challenged by Geisel.
It was reported that you have 67 credit cards under your name with multiple aliases. Pam Oliver, Eddie Hennessy.
My legal counsel responded to that in court and corrected that narrative. Those aliases were only used for package and deliveries. There are no aliases in which were used for any financial institution, and that narrative was corrected.
It was also reported that prosecutors claim you have very little money and are in substantial debt.
No, I mean, I respect the legal system. If that is their opinion, then that is their opinion.
Once the conversation went off script, things seemed to unravel. In trying to explain herself, Wendy allegedly began placing more responsibility on her husband, Eddie Osefo. According to reports, she has been portraying herself as a wife who trusted her husband to handle the family's finances and business affairs, especially after stepping away from her career as a professor. She has reportedly maintained that she wasn't fully aware of how bad their financial situation had become until authorities came knocking. Rumors have even surfaced claiming that Wendy may pursue a divorce from Eddie in an effort to distance herself from the controversy and convince the public that she was not involved. But many people online aren't buying that explanation. After all, viewers remember when Teresa Giudice tried to portray herself as a traditional housewife who knew little about her family's finances, yet she was still held accountable. The difference, critics argue, is that Wendy has spent years highlighting her academic achievements and professional accomplishments. Because of that, many fans find it difficult to believe she had no knowledge of what was happening behind the scenes. Social media users have certainly made their opinions known. Some believe that either Wendy is abandoning ship, or the couple has reached an understanding in which Eddie takes the blame while someone remains home with the children. Others insist they don't believe Eddie acted alone and argue that the pressure to maintain a luxurious image may have influenced many of their decisions. Some fans have also questioned why Wendy left a stable and well-paying career, considering that filming for the show only takes up a few months each year. In their eyes, continuing to teach could have provided additional financial security. At the end of the day, only time will reveal how this situation unfolds. Will Eddie ultimately shoulder the blame, or will Wendy be forced to face the consequences herself? Let me